Yeah. In a democracy, yeah. The lobbyist serves a useful purpose in representing before legislatures and administrators the interests of various groups. Properly regulated, he can be of much help to governmental officials. But the legislators and commissioners should never lose sight of the fact that they must remember the interests of the vast, unorganized general public, whose only spokesmen are the elected representatives they send to the legislature. Now, I would think that to be the owner of a lobbyist firm, you don't actually have to be an attorney. No. I mean, I think I could own the company, yes, that employs the lobbyist, yes. And I receive a compensation for their influences on those in state legislatures, yes. And I'm kind of thinking I'm wanting to do that today. Start a little company, yes, that employs lobbyists that are registered in each state and the federal government, yeah. Then every time they get compensated for representing the various organizations and associations and their influences of the making of the laws of the United States, yeah. I get paid when they get paid. Now I'm wanting to make some money today. Give me a little love. Yes. I'm wanting more than I received yesterday. If you remember correctly, yes, I'm wanting to be a primary dealer, and that would involve starting a bank. Yes. Today, I'm wanting to be the lobbyist, yes, that represent the individual states and the United States federal government. Now, this idea that you're going to not have personal jurisdiction over the respondent, yes, because of the stipulation order, go on. Yeah. You're not going to have any personal jurisdiction over the five minors named. Yes. Because I didn't receive any due process. Yes. And then you're going to continue to enforce your fraudulent court orders. Well, as the owner, yes, of the lobbyist firm, and we could call it, let's call it something that is not uh, not copyrighted or registered. Let's see here. Start, yes, START. Yeah. We'll call it the Start Lobbyist Firms of individual attorneys that got sued because of the obligation to enforce fraudulent court orders where there was no personal jurisdiction. Yeah. There was no subject matter jurisdiction. That you didn't give me any due process, and there was no possibility that I would have received notice because the traffic citation said I was homeless. Yeah. And that I was not given sufficient time to enable myself to defend myself when being, yes, arraigned. Now, you should have gotten the evidence that I was not guilty of any wrongdoing on December 31st of 2015. And you should have the evidence that I was not guilty, yes, of violating the restraint provisions on June 16th of 2017. Yeah. And you should have it available to you to enforce the laws. But because of your reluctance, I'm going to start a little company called Start. Yes. Lobbying. Start lobbying. Yes. It sounds good. You probably could make a commercial out of it. I mean, how many individual associations and organizations are not represented by a lobbyist? If I went through the member organizations and associations of every oath of office in each state, inclusive of mayors, county commissioners, ouch, city councils, ouch, governors, right now, I would think that we could increase the number of lobbyists that help those different associations or organizations of every oath of office that has the liability of the enforcement of their oath. Now, when you count, yes, actual lobbyists for each state legislature, I could run some advertisements on some HD television channels. Yes. If you are elected to office, I'd like you to call my law firm, Start Lobbying. Yes. And one of our lobbyists will contact you about any laws that you might be writing.